Ezreal gonna be on the old Titan, and then Q&D on that Witch Doctor. Meanwhile, LGD, yeah, keeping it as we've seen before. Maybe on the gyro, no surprises there. I mean, on the anti-mage, yeah, nothing crazy going on. And Fi on the FY on the Dark Willow on that 4 position. So no fancy Dark Willow mid or anything like that. Just keeping it sane, keeping it normal.
10 seconds remaining.
But I feel like going on this draft, I mean,
5 seconds remaining.
Echo Gaming, they do have some answers here. Surprisingly, this Gyrocopter's gotten all the way through this draft, actually, all the way to the 4th pick, but yeah, if they get this Diffusal Blade on the Phantom Lancer early enough and start fighting hard, you know, basically if Echo Gaming come out of this laning phase nicely, then they stand a really good chance versus LGD here. I would not count Echo out of this one. Of course, with that Bounty Hunter Dark Willow combo, and then throw a Gyro. Track is always a nice thing to have with Flat Cannon. And also for anti-mage as well for chasing possibilities, so alrighty then, let's get into it. Game number 1, LGD versus Echo Gaming. My name is Democast, this is EPICENTER, and we are underway.
Prepare for battle.
Just a bit of lag coming into it, but looks like we're good and ready to go, as we do have Azrael heading up this middle lane. And X-Nova would of course be scouting things out on his Bounty Hunter. So the anti-mage, no surprises here, gonna be looking at top lane, playing solo versus Puck, but Leng, he's going for the deep ward, and he will get it unspotted, I believe, yeah, completely unspotted, so no smoke used, but just using that illusionary orb to get nice and far in and get that deep ward down as early as possible. That's smart. That's some clever playing. I can appreciate that.
"30 seconds to battle."
So meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, they're just having a little laugh. This is something we're excited to see again. All these hero lines coming back in. We saw chat wheels before being a prominent thing. It's Doodle and Chalice just kind of messing up with one another, having a little bit of a scuff, getting their shoes dirty. Wanted to be the first to take some chunks out of one another. Although I say that, Leng and Ame are also having a bit of a fight, and Elder Titan and FY. So fights going all over the place right now. Meanwhile, Puck will have to get back in time for the bounty rune. Will actually pick it up surprisingly, but Nova is here and Leng is looking in a lot of trouble. He's moving upwards to his... No, he does drop. Yellow Titan trying to help out, but now actually might find himself in some trouble here as he's trying to get away from Ame, Nova, and FY. I don't think he can quite do it. He even pops a Fairy Fire, trying to get through the tree line. Leng, what can you do? All he's got is the illusionary orb. But Ame is chasing. It does look like the Elder Titan's going to just about survive, but not on much health at all. Forced to TP back. Not a fantastic start to this top lane for the Puck. As X-Nova comes in. We all look towards the mid, so we have Dragon Knight and Gyrocopter fighting off against one another. These two, well, I mean, Dragon Knight does okay. He's gonna have this Dragon's Blood, and of course, Breathe Fire works very well versus a flat cannon. Puck dropping kind of low in this top lane, but he's gonna be alright. Yeah, it looks like things will be okay for the Puck. And down at bottom, we have Chalice just gonna tank it up versus Doodle, and QND on the Witch Doctor, so... Things are pretty quiet, although Chalice will take a Spirit Lance to the face here, but I don't think he's too worried about this. He's got the Attrior, he's got Firestorm as well, so if they chase him into the trees here, it could be a painful time for everybody involved. So, middle lane, we have maybe fighting up versus D-Stones, and yeah, there we go, we have the point in Dragon Blood, so I really do think that Dragon Knight should start taking advantage in this lane. I mean, he's got 7 last hits versus 6 right now, so no real advantages of yet. But as time goes on, he will find this Soul Ring, he'll have the Breathe Fire spam, and basically be very tricky to bring down. Oh, top lane, so we are dropping very low on the Elder Titan, and he does get taken out. Puck. They do a bit of damage to X-Nova, but not really enough to make anything notable there. And down at bottom, Doodle just following up on the farm graph. We have Doodle winning, unsurprisingly, on his Phantom Lancer. It's a little less action, but then at top they have had 2 kills onto the puck, so you've got to keep that in mind when you're thinking about how these lanes are going. And I mean, I'm surprised that they're leaving the other Titan up here. He has got the stomp if they decide to go on him, but... And actually zoning out Ame as well. I think this is just an attempt to stop the anti-mage getting a fantastic start to this lane. And he still managed to find himself 11 CS, and with the 2 kills they've had as well. Oh, Bounty Hunter, he's waiting. This courier, when's it coming? They know that DK is going to be looking for his Bloodstone very soon. Sorry, his Soul Ring very, very soon. And there we go, he's got it. Now Jaro. Ooh, he's got a double damage rune, so that's going to be quite nice. Although it maybe does miss up that last hit, but... Yeah, Bounty Hunter actually got bored and decided to come top. Did miss the courier there. They might have been waiting just for the flying courier to call out that Soul Ring. Now at top, they're just kind of harassing with one another. Yeah, the anti-Ame has dropped quite low here. Wonder if that's a salve on his courier. Yeah, it's not, just some tangos. And D-Stones. Ooh, top lane. These guys are really fighting quite hard on the side of Echo, and this does surprise me, but I like it. They're putting a lot of pressure on, and it's brave to go dual lane into a tri lane, but I mean, why not?
Radiant's courier.
Ooh, courier, though X-Nova does find it, just slooping around the back there, not being careful enough, and that is an Aquila going down. I assume that belongs to the Phantom Lancer. He's not going to be happy about that. Meanwhile, the fight's coming in. They're trying to find FY. Can they do it in time? Lang, he's dropping very low. Will he survive this? I'm not sure he will. He does drop, and they don't find the kill onto FY. Elder Titan trying to get away. He's got the stomp in 1 second. Will it be enough? I highly doubt it as he drops down, and Ame gets a double kill. So this dual lane has not gone well. And there's the hero spam we were looking for. Just what I was waiting for on FY there. Yeah. So Echo able to pressure the anti-mage early on, but now giving him a double kill, that is not what you want to do. Do they give up on the dual lane now? No, they do not. Bringing that Elder Titan right back in again and saying, alright, let's go again. And they do get the stomp onto the anti-mage, but now comes that Bramble Maze. And, well, it's just going to be a bit of a zoning Bramble Maze, although X-Nova's here as well. So, there's been a lot of action at top. We have been looking at top a lot, no doubt. But I am interested in this middle lane matchup because the DK is starting to pull ahead as expected. And that is the result of the brief fire. And that was actually a bottom lane. They do find Chalice in the bottom lane. So Doodle, he's getting a good start to this lane. If we just throw it over to the net worth, yeah, we do see Doodle just about ahead. But it is very close. It's like one last hit between Doodle and Ame. So things going quite well, and now the go at middle lane. This D-Stone's trying to deal damage onto Maybe here, and Maybe he's got 8 charges on this one, so he's going to be alright as D-Stone's just trying to do as much damage as he can. Throw down ahead of the tower, because why not? And Maybe just coming straight back in again. He's not bothered. Says, hey, why not? Ooh, the Dark Widow's getting low, and she is asleep, and Lang will find the kill here, so finally we'll actually take out FY, but unfortunately they are going to trade their puck for that. Elder Titan should be able to get out of this one, but Ame will drain a bit of his mana, just as a little middle finger as he walks away there. We'll see. So now this should be Ame pulling into the lead on the net worth, but still very, very close. But this is what it's all about. It's all about the Phantom Lancer versus the Anti-Mage. How quickly can Phantom Lancer get his... Oh, he's not going for the defusal? He's going for the Battle Fury. So trying to go toe-to-toe with farming on an Anti-Mage. That seems risky to me. That does seem... interesting. Anyway, Lang. He's going to have to jump away here. It's going to be the Elder Titan just taking hits from Anti-Mage, but he has got so many points up in well, that Astral buff, so he is hitting much harder than Elder Titan should be. Classic. stun out of mid, context Nova, but just a bit of harass from D-Stones here saying, you want to come to my lane? Fine, you got to pay the price. The price is your health. DK, he's having a nice time in this little lane. 43 CS versus the Gyrocopter's 29. Some of this is gonna need some stacks. That's for sure. But he's already found one or two, so
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
we'll help him get back into the game. Meanwhile, DK, he's gonna put that dragon form. He wants to take a tower. He's happy to take tower hits if it means that he can get those poison attacks off. And even popping down a little sentry there, seeing if he could maybe find himself a juicy piece of bounty hunter action. There's QND just waiting on the low ground there, but the damage coming out onto the tower, it is quite substantial. Chalice comes in to defend. D-Stones, actually, I believe these will be the power treads coming out to him right now. Oh, Park in trouble at top once again as the stun is out. Now they are, paralyzing cast doing very good work at keeping Leng alive. Now having to jump back, but FY is there to clean up. And they do get the return kill, but FY will be happy about that one. So, there's been a lot of kills this game. This has been some very active Chinese Dota, and we'll throw it over to the net worth and see how that's going. As we see the Phantom Lancer. Oh, talking about Phantom Lancer, he could be in trouble in this bottom lane. Oh, Rogue Chalice. No, actually cancels it in the end, but wasn't needed for that. But yeah, they find the Phantom Lancer. Not able to escape. Man, I'm still super surprised about this. I mean, Diffusal, not just for the mana burn onto the anti-mage, but also just because of the amount it offers you in terms of fighting. You don't want to be trying to go toe-to-toe to farm with an anti-mage. Especially not an AME anti-mage, so this feels super risky. I'm very, very surprised he's not going for the Diffusal. But, well, that's the choice that's been made. And, well, they're both sitting on pretty much the same items right now, except PL doesn't have his treads yet. I'm probably not going to go for them, probably go Battle Fury into the boosted travel. I mean, I guess he kind of just wants to farm quicker than the AM, which if he gets a better start to the game he will, but at the moment he's only 200 gold ahead. It's not enough. Then again, I suppose there is this bounty hunter to think about. This isn't a hero I've talked about an awful lot, but X-Nova can be an issue. DK popping the ulti, throwing out the stun onto FY here, but will not be able to find the kill as the Shadow Realm comes up, and D-Stone taking a lot of damage here. His armor is useless versus all of his magic damage, and he does get taken out. Gyro with the rotations, and maybe is getting a lot of farm out of this. He's really rocketing himself back into this game as he climbs up the net worth chart. Only 200 gold separating him and D-Stones now, so... Echo? Well... they're not significantly behind. I mean, this net worth graph isn't looking super grim right now, but definitely need to start worrying about this this dual core lineup getting going, as there we go, the Gyrocopter, after taking some more jungle caps, some more stacks, will get ahead of the DK. Kind of neck and neck now. I mean, DK's farming as well, so 50-50 as things stand. Now D-Stone is in this top lane, just trying to put some pressure onto Ame here. And they said everything they can to stop him farming. His mana is getting drained, but I mean, this is a DK, you know, he's got Soul Ring, so not that bothered. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Doodle, just gonna get out of this one. Gonna clear off. Not interested. Couple of heroes down here. Look at Bounty. Doing the scout and getting the vision. Doodle will throw out the Spirit Lance there, but they are going to chase into this tree line. They are looking for Doodle as he runs straight past them, but now the fear is out onto him, and with the Bounty Hunter playing catch, do they have enough damage to bring down Doodle? He's getting very low, but it looks like he may well just survive. Now the counter initiation coming through from Leng. Oh dear, this is some Witch Doctor in the backline getting very low as Dark Willow chases him down, and Puck does drop under the tower. And doesn't look like Witch Doctor's just not going to survive. Doodle coming in, throwing out some Spirit Lances. Chalice just fighting it up. He's only got 20 points in Attribute Aura, so he's not playing particularly hard. And now with the Malediction out, Chalice could be in trouble here. He's just trying to TP out of this one. And Doodle, well, he's going to try and get out himself, but the Shadow Realm does hit on the right one, and they do find that kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
FY, good read there, getting the correct. Oh, and we also have Ame finding a kill up at top onto the Elder Titan, so kills going all over the place. And seemingly all going the way of LGD, so Echo not going fantastically for this mid-game engagements, and now Bounty Hunter is hitting 6. Now we're going to see LGD really stepping it up, because they are going to want to get these track kills coming thick and fast. That's the dream. You pick Bounty Hunter, there's only one reason you pick Bounty Hunter: to kill couriers and to track people. And this DK has really struggled to find his Blink Dagger, considering the start he had to his lane. I mean, he's nearly there now, but yeah, his net worth, not fantastic. Considering how well his lane went, now maybe is 500 gold above him, and that is the power of the Gyrocopter. That is, and we see it again, just jungle farming, taking these creeps, maybe putting in the work and getting the money to provide for his little family of gyro children. I don't really know what a gyro child would look like. He's a pretty weird dude. A bunch of mini flying machines, maybe. I don't know. Anti-Mage, how close are you to this Battle Fury? He's still a little way off. I mean, not the ideal Anti-Mage Battle Fury timing of 14 minutes here, but close enough. Like, he's not going to be super upset about this one. He's making some stacks for his future self. Actually, Gyro will probably take this. Now we do seem to have a little bit of engagement onto the Bounty Hunter here at bottom, and they will find this kill. Also going to shrine up afterwards, finding that value. But let's talk vision, right? We're sitting on the Dire. We have one very aggressive ward here, and then another very aggressive ward under this tower here. So these two wards are just telling you this is Bounty Hunter getting the tracks up and seeing the rotations before they come in. But middle lane, they go on to Chalice here. Can they take him down? The Aspida comes through, and they do have enough damage to take him out. So Echo finding another kill for themselves in this mid game. Going to make up for their blunders of the past by creeping up and getting some kills, which LGD have given to them. Right, now the Radiant Vision. We have this one ward here, which is gonna hopefully catch them, maybe see a Bounty Hunter use his Ghost Walk, or see any rotations into that jungle, see anybody lining up for a gank on middle lane. I imagine this was placed a little bit earlier. Oh no, it's quite a recent one still. Fly, throwing down a Bramble. Maze does find it onto the Witch Doctor. The ultimate is cooked up, but not quite used. The trackers onto the Witch Doctor. They kind of don't want him to die here. He will be able to escape just about on the edges of the cooldown, and not going to drop. Breathe Fire, use another track coming out. Something tells me LGD does not want to go on this one mid, especially as their Gyro has moved out to the top lane. So Doodle chasing FY. FY will be okay. He's a Dark Willow after all. Very difficult here to kill. So Doodle just doing his best to farm up. He's now got this Battle Fury, so he got it around the same time as the Anti-Mage, but yeah, Ame does have his as well, so timing pretty darn good. And now he's going to start farming, and now we're going to see his net worth increase and increase and increase as Ame just keeps going. But in the middle lane, the Aspida coming through, not connecting onto anybody. D-Stone's trying to get away. He's pretty low here. He is tracked up, so they can see him wherever he goes, and now the cooldown coming down as well. They do find the Dragon Knight kill, and it is a tracked one as well, and add a Witch Doctor onto that as well, and maybe is on a killing spree, and that is 2 track kills going the way of LGD. There's Nova. He's looking for more. He's not done. All the tracks. Dust is used, but at what cost? It does look like Azrael is going to be chased down here. He is tracked up. No, maybe just going to escape, and they find the return kill onto the Bounty Hunter. In comes Doodle, going aggressively here. Very, very aggressive from Doodle, and maybe he pays the ultimate price for it as well. Yeah, bit of a misengage there, as Leng is maybe going to drop as well, trying to escape to the tree line, but if that Shadow Realm connects, then he is going to be one dead little fairy. No, looks like he might be okay. Now the return kill. They can probably find FY here, although Chalice trying to TP his buddy out. Won't TP out the Dark Willow. Will get himself out of there. And they'll kind of just watch him go. Right then. That was quite the engagement in the middle lane, and all the while the anti-mage was farming and the Phantom Lancer died. So that is huge. That's massive for LGD. That's exactly what they want. 4 heroes fighting, as long as they take down the Phantom Lancer, as long as they take down a key core in every fight, they don't mind losing 1 or 2. Especially when you've got the track, it just makes it so worth. The more time they can buy for Ame, the better. And Ame's finding himself a lot of time right now. Just blinking around, getting some farm. And he's going to propel up this net worth chart. I mean, well, he's already at the top, but he's going to propel above, away from everybody else, even from the gyro with his stack farming ability as well. And I love what they did, you know? They just used the gyro's stack farming ability rather than going for the drums. Just went straight into that Sanjay Yasha. They're just like looking for the damage, looking for the, get a nice big item out early on by stacking, by taking advantage of flat cannon. And then that's going to give them the power to fight in this mid game so that they can just leave Ame to do the farming and Gyrocopter to do the killing. I love this. Very smart drafting from LGD. Echo, meanwhile, I mean, yeah, they're gonna need this to be his blade. Oh no, that is a very dead Witch Doctor, maybe just ripping through him, and Ame coming forwards onto Leng here. Leng not able to dodge anything and will get killed. Now D-Stones, he tries to get the stun out, but I think he just needs to get away here. They will throw out the brief fire, maybe looking for a kill. But can't quite find the damage to bring down that Gyrocopter. Now Ame coming in, but looking out again, and FY just chasing down D-Stones here with that Shadow Realm hit. Meanwhile, Ame finds the Elder Pine on the backlines, and D-Stones dropped as well. It's the kill for LGD. It's another track. It's actually maybe... No, it wasn't a track kill. Oh, they think they found the Phantom Lancer here. But they're soon going to realize that that is not the real McCoy. The real McCoy indeed does TP himself out of there. So... back to the safe lane we go. Well, keep on farming AM. Keep on going. And I don't think he's feeling a lot of pressure this game. I think he's thinking, great, this game going fantastic. Doodle, next item, it's going to be the Sanjay Yasha. So again, just not going for that diffuser blade like I expected. Not going for that fighting item, instead going for the stats. I mean, Sanjay Yasha is in itself a fighting item, I suppose, but does give you the stats to survive.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I guess in itself that is an important thing to note. Gyrocopter with a flat cannon, important to get some health out on versus that. And oh no, warding under a sentry, never ideal, and FY will come in to punish that. Immediately soaking up that sweet, sweet ward gold, warding literally on top of their ward. That's cute. So, what can Echo do to get back into this game? Roshan is a possibility. If they can take a decent fight, find Roshan and maybe lay down some aggression onto LGD, they do stand a chance. LGD, meanwhile, they just need to keep playing like they're playing. Keep taking the 4v5 fights, or 4v3 fights it seems to be going, and letting Ame get the farm, and rotating Ame in when they need to. They're not afraid to fight with him either. Like, as long as it's not a waste of time, they're happy. And Ame, he realizes that if he tries to run away here, it could be troublesome for him. Sorry, Doodle. Oh, that's a lot of damage onto Ame. Then actually, Doodle finds himself a kill. Will purge off that track, and now the fear comes out, but Doodle dodges it by drumming forwards onto FY, and FY could be in trouble as Doodle's going to find himself another one. A solo double kill versus 3 on this top lane for Doodle. My lord. That is quite unexpected. And that was the anti-mage just not doing as much as he thought, and that was really, really good from the Phantom Lancer there, not to give himself away at the start, because if he'd have immediately tried to run, he would have been dead. Like, track comes out, anti-mage chases him down, he's a goner. If he just starts attacking, they didn't expect that at all. If he just starts attacking the anti-mage, they can't tell which one is real. The Battle Fury hits weren't enough to burn through him quickly enough. The only sad part about that was Ame did survive. And I think, I mean, they have the stun from the Dragon Knight, they got the silence from the Puck. I suppose the stomp as well, but it's very difficult. It's not really a blink cancelling move, the stun from Elder Titan. So they do have a lockdown for the anti-mage in the future. But I mean, they're also going to need to take down this gyro. There's 2 very scary cores, and they somehow need to take out both of them whilst also not dying to the Dark Widow on the back lines and avoiding giving away track kills. And also having Chalice punching you in the face with his Atrophy Aura. A lot of problems here for LGD. For Echo in these team fights. So, bottom tower, probably going to take the fall here. FY waiting in the tree lines. Just kind of watching on. These stones pop in that dragon form and they will take down that tier 1. TP's in from the Underlord and Doodle chases. He's ready to go. And Chalice, can they take him out? Well, in comes the fear, and that is going to be quite substantial. And ulti from the Witch Doctor doesn't connect on anybody. Meanwhile, Elder Titan looks like he's going to be taken down in the back lines, but it's maybe taking down the Witch Doctor and going for D-Stones as well. Popping that BKB D-Stones. What can you do other than run away? Meanwhile, Anti-Mage fighting up, trying to take down Doodle, but Doodle also trying to take down the Anti-Mage. Can he find Ame here? He's running forwards, but does cancel in the end, dodging the Cursed Crown and trying to find a kill even onto X-Nova here, but Doodle does finally fall. He took a long time to do so, but they do bring him down. D-Stones did manage to escape the Gyrocopter there. I didn't think he was going to die because no real lockdown, and now a BKB out from D-Stones, so... But they did lose, they lost their Phantom Lancer. Missed the death summary. They lost their Phantom Lancer, and that is huge. I mean, this is a core v core sort of game. Phantom Lancer, if he'd have found the kill onto Ame and somehow got out, then it could have been a fantastic fight for Echo. Like, if that had happened, it would have been a good fight for them. But unfortunately, it did not, and we will see that further dip in the net worth as it heads toward LGD's favor on the Dire side. Oh, middle lane. They're going to take down the Witch Doctor, though the Stomp is relatively nice and throwing... Yep, there we go, kill into Bounty Hunter. But what is D-Stones committed for this? He's actually going to have to use the BKB. Still fighting it out, and they don't have the damage really to bring him down. Not the right click damage anyway. That is Dragon Blood. And Chalice, they're just going to get out of here. Go hit the shrines. Beautiful efficiency. Some beautiful efficiency there from LGD. I love it. Nothing makes me happy quite like a nice efficient shrine. That's Ame continuing to farm up. Now got this Lincoln Sphere. Going for the Manta Style next. What does the Lincoln Sphere protect you from? Well, it's a DK stun. That blink in and stun, not going to work anymore. Doesn't affect Waning Rift. That's an AoE, so Puck will still be able to silence him. No Spirit Lance, so no Paralyzing Cast, all this stuff is not, it's just not going to take on him anymore, but Maldition doesn't care, so that's something. DK getting gone on here, they know his BKB is cooldown, they are taking full advantage of that, as they do take down 2 in fact, and that is 2 track kills, and another one. Maybe is godlike here with a really, really quick triple kill up by the Radiant Ancients, and this is just... That is just good timing from LGD. I mean, they took that fight, they TP'd out of there with the Dark Rift, and then they went... Well, they didn't go straight back in, they bided their time a little bit. Played around this ward, which they have up, knew exactly what was going on, they predicted it perfectly, and just went straight in with their BKB Gyrocopter. And got themselves a fair amount of kills, and now an Aegis as well onto Ame. Well, previously I said, he did not dodge that stun at all. That's a shame. FY, well, that is the power of the Cursed Crown. If you don't dodge it, you may find yourself in trouble very quickly with Chalice trying to run away in the middle lane. He does pop back to freedom guard, but there's a lot of PL illusions whacking down on him, trying to escape, leaving the Witch Doctor ulti coming through. They're trying to take down this tanky boy, and they will be able to do so. Doodle gonna have to dodge this one, but Ame coming in. Now he has got his Aegis, even if they take him down here, it is not gonna be a kill. Doodle having to back out, although the Shadow runs chasing down. Ame jumps forwards. Doodle, he's going to have to get up onto the high ground here. Can he get away with the track? It's out also. It's a cross count. Doodle just trying to fight it up, but he does go down into the Cleanser maybe on his Gyrocopter as he is godlike. Another double kill going his way, and now an Eagle Song as well. So Gyrocopter, the unexpected core in this game. You didn't think it would happen, did you? And in comes Lang, just throwing out a bit of damage. These turns also stunned up. They won't take high ground right now. They're happy with the buybacks, LGD. And they're just going to back out. I mean, they can take this game late. They've got a Gyrocopter and Anti-Mage. They've got no problem taking this game late. But pushing high ground won't actually be that troublesome for them either with the Bounty Hunter in the track. And this is Ame finding kill after kill after kill. is stunned up, but he's got this Aegis, so I'm not really sure he's that bothered. Look at him, he's just turning back around. He's looking for a kill. Doesn't quite find the damage onto the Elder Titan there, and the blink is cancelled by the silence, but there comes a track, there comes a shuriken. It's a double kill for X-Nova. Nice rotations in from Bounty Hunter, gonna find themselves a little bit more, and that's all it's been for LGD. It's just finding themselves a little bit more every fight, every gank, every lane, and this is going to be Leng very likely going down here as well. There you go, Ame godlike as well. Both of these cores, it's getting ridiculous. I mean, 19k net worth on the anti-mage, 16k net worth on the gyrocopter. Doodle, he's put up a good fight. It's got to be said, he's done pretty well for himself. Shadowblade versus the Bounty Hunter there. I mean, I do question his item choices. I just feel like this could have been a better defusal game, but obviously they wanted the farm. It did go okay for Doodle. Like, out of all the players on his team, I feel like he had a decent game. And you know, DK, he just, I feel like LGD were just in control of this game. The tempo, how they wanted to play it, it was all LGD's decisions. And man, this is annoying. Five spamming out those terrorize. Crimson Guard is out onto the high ground. We go. Chalice, well, he will be slapped up. Malediction there as well. Throw down the Death Ward on top of him because why not? He does so little damage that Crimson Guard. Meanwhile, Ame in the backlines finds the Witch Doctor, finds the Elder Titan. They do find Chalice finally, but D-Stones, he's just being chased down by the gyrocopter here. D-Stones stunned up. He has no more BKB as Witch Doctor doing his best to defend. Now they have been able to take out the anti-major. Doodle finds himself one, finds himself a middle as well. So Phantom Lancer not to be discounted in this game. Managing to put that Aegis there is, yeah, it's the thing. And they also brought back on Chalice, so that's quite a high committed buyback. And that was a big commitment fight for LGD, which they did lose. Maybe the first chink in the LGD armor. Cracks starting to show, perhaps? Echo, can they? Uh-oh. Get back, Dragon Knight. D-Stones, no, he's in a lot of trouble here, and he does just get taken out on the foot of his own base. And Witch Doctor being chased, but in comes Doodle to the rescue. He's got that Shadowblade, but they do see him. They have a gem? Surely they must. Surely they must. Yeah, Bounty Hunter's got himself a gem, so Shadowblade, not even useful for initiation anymore if the Bounty Hunter's around. Maybe he's going for the Silver Edge to purge off the Atrophy Aura. I'm not sure that's how that works, so I think it just stops you gaining Atrophy Aura. I don't really know. Well, maybe just up on the high ground. He does take a lot of damage here, and Doodle, he's trying to bring him down. He has got the, look at maybe just completely cracking it, trying to time it with the BKB timing. But can't quite do it, and Doodle, he's going to take a lot of damage from this cooldown. He is rooted up in the Bramble Maze. Can they take down the Phantom Lancer? He just about doppelgangers out of him. Get away, little Doodle. Get away, but no, Ame comes in and blows him up. And now Ame, he's just going to go to work on the tower. He didn't care. It's not time to hit him in the butt. Leng will need to dodge this stun, like his life depends on it, but he is also silenced up. Meanwhile, there's D-Stones BKB'd up, fighting a little more, but I think this is looking like a grim ending for poor old Echo here, though puck coming in late. One final fight, the Phantom Lancer is brought back as well, trying to do the damage, but AME is just doing work as he chases down Leng as well, and the puck, he's just delaying the inevitable here. No, actually manages to get the sleep out. The illusion's not enough on their own. Meanwhile, PL is chasing him down and will find FY. Not wanting to go near Nova with this gem though. And the middle barracks have fallen. And GG is called. Witch Doctor taps out. Game number 1 goes the way of LGD. 31 minutes. Echo. They did alright. They did okay. Key things I need to really think about here is trying to delay. Well, not delay, but just
staying throughout this lane. I think they'll be fine. I think. But as soon as like Echo gets some levels online on these cores here, if they can just go at the Wisp, just go on him basically.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be difficult for LG.
Very, very well in the Viper, just really struggling versus the Tiny at mid. We did say we don't see Tiny very much in the middle lane anymore, but well, I guess maybe is here to prove us wrong.
Oh, don't worry, he gets a double damage on Tiny now as well. So.
Oh good, that'll make things nice and much easier for the Viper in middle lane. That's nice to see. And meanwhile at bottom, we have the Omni Knight doing okay versus Chalice on this brew. I mean, I think this is a brew favoured lane if I'm not mistaken.
I think Echo are expecting this lane to go a lot better than it is at the moment. And okay, so they get initiation on the Willow. Can they bring it down? Oh, the Shadow Realm.
The Shadow Realm is so big, and now even throwing out the damage from it as well. Greedy, but it does pay off. And Doodle, no mana for that Spirit Lance.
This is what I mean by the Wisp. Like, if you don't go on the Wisp and you go on somebody else, the Wisp is just going to heal them up. I'm not sure. Oh, the stun on the Gyro.
This could be big. They can kill that, and they now have the Spirit Lance as well, so maybe they bring them down, but actually choosing to back off.
Yeah, this both
of the sports were very, very low there.
This stick on the Wisp as well is going to be huge. Like, when you play against an aggro try, you're always going to get one charges, and when you're playing a Wisp, that's the big one. That's the sudden burst of heal where you go, oh god, like, suddenly we can't win this fight anymore. Yeah, and obviously, yeah, Tether is just really, really good with that. So Wisp showing his strength in this trial, but again, like, I feel like the Jakiro may be the weak point for Echo in this situation, because I don't know, like, what can he really do other than the damage over time? They kind of need more slow. They need more lockdown. They need more than what Breathe Fire gives them. When Sankey and Jakiro get level 3, that's going to be the big time, I think, because you get they'll probably go for level 2 Dual Breath, and then they get the level 2 Burrow Strike as well, and all of a sudden I think that's a lot more damage than it's not. It doesn't seem like a huge amount of damage, but when you play it, it feels like such a big increase of damage, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the AoE on the Burrow Strike as well is much better.
Oops, Sanking needs to be careful here, taking the hits from that Cursed Crown.
Yeah, he has a 9 stick wand though as well, 9 charge wand, sorry. So.
Yeah, true, so he's pretty safe.
You know, they've done this aggro try and they've let the Omni Knight 1v1 against the Brew, and I think they were expecting their lanes to go better than this, because at the moment Brew's doing decent, like he's doing fine. He's quite happy to just 1v1 this Omni.
Yeah, he is doing much better than I would have expected from an Omni versus Brewmaster. Yeah. Is it getting a little bit jumpy and weird in the game for you from those Chinese servers?
Yeah, it's very exciting. Perfect world service.
Okay, that's fine. Just making sure it wasn't on my end.
Yeah,
just top.
The animations and things are a bit dodgy, unfortunately. Oh,
yeah,
good lane though on this Viper. He might be in trouble here.
Yeah, they tossed him up. They are doing the damage here. Do they have that tree toss available? They do, but they don't have the damage to finish him off. And the Tiny does drop. IO.
The corrosive skin just keeps him alive for so long.
But yeah, the magic resistance is really, really good.
Gone on in the top lane as well, but just got out with the Shadow Realm.
It's a good spell, I would say. Doodle. How's his last hits doing? He's got 21 CS versus the Gyrocopter 17, so he is doing better right now. Oh, meanwhile, Sanking. Not going to bother dodging it. Can you? I think you can dodge it with Burrow Strike if you time it exactly right, but it's not really worth a mana cost at this stage.
Not sure on that one, actually. That's a good question. I shall do my research after the game. I like questions being asked that I don't.
I like questions being answered, so I guess I'm not in luck. I'm sorry.
PO actually gone for the 1-1-1 build, so wants a point in Doppelganger. I'm surprised. I thought he would have put like a second point in Lance or Rush or something, just for the harass. But
yeah, the Lance is pretty nice to throw out that damage, but yeah, I can see.
I guess having the Doppelganger against the Willow's a really good option.
Oh, look at maybe coming in here with a toss back onto 4FY here. And Doodle, well, I think he's going to be okay here. He's just going to get right back, try and get to this this shrine, and they'll go and heal up together.
I love watching cores rotate like really early on to try and get kills. So we don't see it in terms of MMR skill level. We don't see it a lot of the time in lower MMR games. So it's nice to see teams realise that the heroes are so strong that they can get kills early on, even have to rotate.
Well, things are getting very weird here, especially with these all these animations going on at once. Ame does get stunned up. The Cursed Crown does a lot of damage, and now they're fighting it up versus the Gyrocopter, and
this Wisp, they're just keeping him alive.
Yeah, Ame is not going down here. And, well, Burrow Strike through, they are able to take down the Gyrocopter just about. Can they do it? Yes, they will. Gyrocopter falls. FY. He's gonna
They got the Wisp as well. That's the
yeah, they did get the Wisp. sorry, this is...
And they do get the Willow as well. That's huge. They get all 3 kills. Oh, there was a split bot lane as well, and they did kill the Omni Knight with the tiny rotation.
That's pretty huge, and then another double damage for the Tiny is definitely going to take care of that one.
Oh, the message just comes up 10 seconds later. Come on, Perfect World. Help us out here, guys.
Yeah, this is, we're in the twilight zone of casting right now. I'm very sorry about this, guys, but literally nothing we can do. This is just the Chinese servers being weird.
It was
but we'll do our best. Yeah, it was fine for the first 2 games. I don't know what's going on. We'll just try and do our best to commentate this, although it's very strange. It's very, very strange.
Tiny's gone for Tequila. He's just going to rush the Blink next, I think, which is the right thing to do, but he's gone for 2-2-1 on the skill build. We usually see Tiny's like max out either Avalanche or Toss, just because of the cooldown, and the cooldown on Toss is good, better than Avalanche, but you get the double damage from Avalanche.
Top lane, they're trying to catch this Sand King, but he's going to get out of this one okay. Jakiro might be the outfit. Yeah, there you go. Rocket Barrage tearing through him, and they're jumping forwards onto Ame here. Yeah, Omni's coming to join this fight. Doodle, he can't dodge that.
Oh, mate.
Now comes the Viper. Yeah, if they get the kill into Matey, this is going to be pretty good for Echo, and they will find that one.
Yeah, that's a big pick off. Even though, you know, maybe he's been doing a really good job of rotating around, but he's really suffering because he's level 6 still. Like, if you compare that to the Viper's level 8.
Look
levels ahead of him already.
Going on to the jump away from FY as well though. This is Lego. Like we saw this Doom last game, you know, just jungling right in front of 5 heroes and generally going for the YOLO plays. I feel like Omni Knight is definitely his hero. Look at this, he almost gets a kill onto X Nova as well, and he's not done. You know, he's happy. He's got some face boots. He wants to show them off. Look at my fancy new boot.
He just wants to keep creeps away from the tower as well. So if he pushes this lane, this tier 1's going to be under pressure top lane. The Brew and the Tiny did kill the bot tier 1 on the side of the Radiant after they killed Dominic as well, so that's a big pickup for them.
Yeah, that's fairly important.
But you get the tower as well. He timed it with the catapult rotation, I think, as well.
Chalice is coming on.
Oh, look at that here. Oh, Omni.
Toss up. Yeah, I think Omni Knight is okay here. He's got the repel should he need it. Yeah, we'll just break out of this one.
Oh, there's
and he'll just run away.
As well, so.
Jeez, a lot of towers dropping this game.
Do you care? There's 2 points in liquid fire at level 4, just to push the tower down as well, which is good. I like the value point in Ice Path. In terms, like, Dual Breath's good early on, but it doesn't scale massively well. It does some decent more amount of damage, but you know, that 1 second stun can be really, really useful.
Absolutely.
It can offer you a lot more than Dual Breath.
Especially in response to relocate as well. When Wisp does hit that 6, the Ice Path can be really useful. Did you see that Dark Willow getting very, very low to the creeps? That was just unruly.
So what's happening now? The Radiant are just going to go all in on this tier on top, and so LGD go, okay, well, we can't defend that. Let's just try and push mid in at the same time. Unfortunately, they don't push very fast. They have the catapult, but it's not even hitting the tower yet, so I think Ekko are just going to be able to go and start defending that tier 1 now as well.
Look at this, Chalice behind the tier 2 down at bottom. I mean, LGD, they're really playing their heroes very much their strengths and extremely aggressive. FY does just drop to the Viper though. And that was not even a Viper strike there, that was just...
Maybe needs to be careful.
Off back, yeah, this...
Wow, okay, so they...
Yeah, they come in the back lines. Ame cleaning up, and now the stun is going to come through onto Leg. Really wants to get the Phantom Lancer stunned as well, apparently. Heals himself up, Repel, trying to run away. This Bruce Split is doing a lot of work, though.
Yeah, and
Doodle's going. The fear does land on him, though. And Nova going to TP himself out of that one. Now Chalice, he's got no more split, so although Tiny coming with the avalanche and the toss, it's a lot of damage. The heal out onto Sand King though. No one's actually dropped it. They actually get the return kill to Chalice, so...
Yeah, Tiny, he's only just hit level 8. He was level 7 of that combo, and he has 2 points in avalanche and 3 points in toss. If he was a higher level here and he had, you know, maxed out those 2 skills, he'd be getting so many more kills than he is. But you know, we talked about him roaming a lot early on, and works in terms of getting kills, but you really fall behind on XP, and you can see how much of a problem he's having with that at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll throw it over to Net Worth now, and we, as you say, we see the Tiny significantly behind the other heroes on his team. Well, at least behind Chalice anyway, who was on the offlane, so
yeah,
things looking weird.
I think both these offlanes, because they were in a 1v1 1v1 situation. They're the ones that are both going to be benefiting a lot from this, and you can see that in terms of net worth. But PL's having a decent game as well. I like that he is going for the defusal. If you look at his quick buy, he's gone for the max Phantom Rush build as well, so it helps him farm a lot quicker. Especially with that, you get the bonus agi every hit.
Good. I'm glad he's going for the diffuser this game because, as I said, he casted I cast the game with his previously, and he did go for the Battle Fury, and they lost. So, clearly switching things up this game. And of course, the situation calls for it as well. It's very important that you're able to fight early on against a Wisp because they'll just keep relocating on your head if you can't, and then you're going to have issues. So,
look at this deep ward that Sanking just managed to get down. That's going to provide them a lot of information in that top jungle area. What skill builders? So Shakira's actually gone 1-1-3 skill build, so they really, this is what I mean in terms of tempo when I was talking about in the draft. They can really just kind of up the tempo and do whatever they want. Or relocate.
Bottom lane, it's getting pretty messy. Viper is very low indeed. And now the Bedlam coming out, though they were able to take down Viper, but block before Nova goes down herself as well. Leng trying to get out of this one. He does not have a repel available anymore, and those rocks are going to come through very shortly. Meanwhile, they're able to find the Jakiro, and that is going to be a pick-off for sure, especially with that overcharge. One more hit does the job. Now, Omni Knight, he's up in the air. They're just waiting. They're just waiting. And Leng, he's very fast though. He's too fast to kill.
So maybe he's actually changed his mind. He's going to go for the Shadow Blade instead of the Blink. It's okay. I don't mind the Shadow Blade, but I think I would prefer to see the Blink. Not 100% on that, but at least the Shadow Blade does give him some more damage. And if he goes for the Shadow Blade, at least he can build it into a Silver Edge after, later on at some point to help with the Viper probably as well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, one thing I like about the Shadow Blade is it gives you the scouting power, which Blink doesn't give you.
That's true.
And that is very good with relocate. So, there's pros and cons.
I don't know.
One thing to mention.
This Willow's almost level 7, and I talked about last game how different players, play the Willow differently. This guy, this is what I talked about earlier. This guy's Max Bramble Mace instead. And so before we sort of saw a Shadow Realm Curse Crown combination. But this is the one that I like the most, I think, maxing out the Bramble Mace.
Yeah, for sure. It's
5-second route if you can get it off is massive. Oh, mid lane.
It's pretty huge. And middle lane, yeah, they're going on to Chalice. He does not have that split, but unfortunately, he's just going to TP out of this one. FY, the little ball of light running to the safety of his carry.
Yeah, this Jakiro with the max liquid fire, they really need to try and start pushing these towers down because it feels really bad as a Jakiro player when you do this and you max
Look at Leng. Ame is just farming some ancients, and Leng is just like, hey, me too. I don't think he's actually got one yet, but he's just being super annoying.
Yeah, we talked about the lack of lockdown on the side of LGD, and this is a problem. Like, you're against a Repel Omni, he knows his limits, and when he's not really worried about getting gone on, then he can just kind of chill, like do whatever he wants. Get in your face, say haha, laugh a little bit,
Yep, just do what Omni Knights like to do. And alright, so let's look forward in this game, right? What do both of these teams want to achieve? Obviously, Echo, they've got the PL. They want to hit this. Well, they've actually got the Diffusal Blade coming out the doodle right now. Is it 5 o'clock for Echo?
They need to really, they really need to try and up the tempo here. LGD are going to be happy just to farm up, and I really don't like what Ame's doing, but it could work. He's rushing the Ags on Gyro straight after the Treads Aquila.
Jesus.
So
I mean,
he just doesn't want to be involved in fights at all at this point. He knows that he can't fight into this Omni, Viper PL Tricore, and he just has to try and aim towards this late game. So with the Aghanims that can help him farm up, that's going to be the way to go.
But you've got a Wisp at level 15. He's going to be an Aghanims for you.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can't trust Wisps. They're dodgy people, those guys.
That's true, that's true. If you play as an Ethereal Ball of Light, then there's obviously...
Look at this bot lane though. Talk about the Echo needing to up the pressure. Maybe he's
meanwhile they're giving away tier 2s. So maybe grab the tree and... Yeah, just take it.
Look a bit there, Jakiro just go down. They have committed the split. Omni.
Well, Omni Knight, he's the last guy. He's just running away.
Doesn't have repel.
He doesn't. Oh, the rock comes through as well, and he will have a heal if he comes out of this in time. Does manage to heal himself up, but it's too much damage for him to live through. And LGD find the kill onto the Omni Knight.
Yeah, and maybe actually managed to kill the Sand King bot lane as well with the Shadow Blade combo. Which is Sangi was just trying to push the wave out, you know, he's just chilling. He really wants this blink, he's about 600 gold away. But unfortunately he's going to be put back by at least another minute by that.
Relocate onto top lane. They really want to find Doodle here, and no surprises, he is going to be the problem in this game. But Doodle, he's going aggressively onto FY here, but there are too many heroes in to secure this kill.
Yeah, it's so difficult to push lanes out against a relocate. You kind of have to play in pairs and threes rather than play by yourself. But at the moment, you're like, Echo, how do they distribute that? Who plays as a 2 and who plays as a 3? So we might see like the Jakiro PL maybe, or like Sanking PL, but it doesn't really sound that great.
Yeah.
When I think of pairs, I tend to think of like a Nyx and a +1, or like a tiny +1. They don't really have that sort of lineup where they can play around in groups.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, just in general, like the Echo lineup is kind of, it's a bit weird. Like the synergy hasn't really shone through yet.
Yeah, I feel like with this max liquid fire, they put all their eggs in one basket, and at the moment it's not paying off for them. We'll see though, we'll see. I feel like this Brew's done a lot of work as well. He has his blink and he's actually,
for sure.
you know, he's almost got that radiance. He's about 2,000 off.
That's the thing, like when you're trying to take the game into your hands, they're going to find the PL with the toss. They don't quite land the toss actually, and Doodle, he's going to make his way over to that shrine and be able to find it. And this will not be a kill for LGD. In fact, they're looking to get out of this one. The Burrow Strike cancels that Brewmaster TP out here. Doesn't have any mana to be able to pull off that split.
They really want baby.
Yeah, they really do. They're tearing pretty hard onto this guy with the Viper ulti as well. It will be enough to bring him down. Meanwhile, Chalice is trying to run away, but there comes the Ice Path coming down onto Chalice, and with the Burrow Strike, they will be able to take him down.
Yeah, that's a big pick-off wrecker, and I was going to say, with that, all the tier ones, there's not really an objective apart from Roche nearby, so see if they've got the damage to bring this down. I think they do, but
the big scaly beast is the next man on the menu, and if it's Aegis, surely they should be able to push something.
If it's Aegis on PL, then it's good. Like, it secures them maybe some towers, but I don't think LGD are too worried about fighting now. Because by the time they get to the towers, Giant might just have his BKB online. Like, he's farming so quickly now, he has that axe. I love that he's not going for like another mid-game item before the BKB. He's like, alright guys, like, we're not doing too badly here. I've got the axe to help me farm. This is my fighting night. I'm just going to get the BKB online. That's
crazy though, like they're going straight for the BKB after that him stuff. No Sanjin Yasha, no drums, no any sort of those usual kind of fighting items we see. He's just...
Yeah. To be honest, I think if you go for the Axe burst Sanjaro, you can just build into these late game items rather than rush the mid game items. Like if you're rushing, if you're going for the drums and SMY, that kind of shows that you want to fight early, but...
No, and he's got an overcharge in his Wisp as well, so you know that's fine by him.
He's just fine with this. We talked about dire radiant. Well, sorry, we didn't talk about the dire radiant side advantages, but like these three camps on the dire side on the bottom jungle are just so good for heroes like Gyro to farm. Like Gyro, Dusa, Luna.
Getting sight of all three of those split shots is very, very key to farming up quickly.
But it's nice to see that they do value this dire side like heavily when they pick up something like a Gyro, and they are playing it right. So sometimes we see Gyro just sort of stick to this flame, not really sort of use that sort of advantage with the area they have. But
the ball is not in LGD's court right now. The ball is in Echo's court. They need to make something happen this game, and they need to make something happen soon. They got the Aegis on PL. They must be waiting for some sort of timing. Having a look around and kind of trying to see maybe the Viper's Dragon Lance, but and now it's really the case. They've waited too long with Viper. Is he even going to be able to get out of this one? Oh, a lovely bow strike coming into two, but now comes the Brewmaster. He'll be able to find the kill to finish off that Viper. Now in comes Lane. They might be able to take down FY at the very least, but look at how long he's staying alive for. It's just going to be maybe left. And he does get taken down. The Terrorize, it's doing a lot of work, although Romulizing, yes, it doesn't affect him, but he is able to get a heal off onto the Sand King. Now Chalice trying to finish off this Sand King down here, but the Bow Strike comes through. Can they keep the Sand King alive? He blinks out just about in time. Now trying to get the damage onto FY. Doodle chasing with Wall of Life down the fight. Meanwhile, Chalice, he will be able to TP out of this one. There is no more Ice Path available, so FY all on his own. The Jukes? The Jukes?
No way.
Keeps him going. The Spirits give him away, actually, and he goes for TP out, but will not make it. Sad. Sad.
Big one
nice
there
try.
is that Ahmed got out on Gyro. I think he had about 50 health or something. It was ridiculous. It was so close, but if he'd have had that BKB online, I think that fight would have been so much different. He didn't quite have the gold though. So they loses tier 1. I think Echo are probably going to go for the tier 2 as well. Yeah, they did use the Aegis at the start of the fight on the PL, so they got the value out of it. PL actually rushing BOT straight after the defusal. Wow.
Classic Phantom Lancer. This used to be really common, not so much anymore, but yeah, clearly wanting to be there for the pushes and making good use of that Aegis. So I love the way the Echo played that actually. They waited for the Viper to go and somehow the Viper didn't die, and then just rotate everybody in and just go for the big fight. And well, they got another. Oh my god, Dark Widow nearly dying there just to all of that. And they popping that BKB. He's looking to fight, and this is a big reveal. Doodle, he's getting very low. He is going to fall. Now they're also going to find the Sanking in the tree line. Who else are they looking for? Leng trying to run away, but they have the toss. They bring him down. 3 heroes down on the side of Echo. They take a tier 2, but at what cost?
Yeah, the problem is for Echo now, like, the Gyro has the BKB. If you look at the side of Echo, you're like, alright, Gyro pops BKB, what do we do? How do we stop him from dealing his damage? We don't, really. Like, we have Viper Strike, which is
yeah,
okay.
it's alright, you know, it's what's it, like 80% move slow at max level, at the moment 60%.
Yeah.
Might be able to stop him getting in position, 60 attack slow.
It's just not really that great.
It's not that great. It's underwhelming ultimate, I would say, but I mean the rest of his skills make up for it. But yeah, it's very difficult to stop this Gyrocopter getting off his damage, especially with a Wisp in the game, and like with his overcharge as well. Just being
mid lane, Viper.
Chalice is waiting, and there we go, maybe jumping in, and even just nearly by himself, and there we go, Chalice. He's just waiting for that full stuff to pop off, that's all he's asking for. And he's nearly got his Radiance.
Until, yeah, after the 4 stuff, that was really good.
Yeah, just waiting, very smart.
Brew actually has the Radiance coming on the courier now as well. This is a problem.
Yes, it really is. This is going to be the Sand King's Blink being cancelled. This is going to be constant damage to the Omni Knight.
Okay, the Brew just runs in.
Yeah, don't care. Misses, of course, onto the PL and all its illusions. It's a very, very strong item to have on the side of LGD right now. And now they're going to jump onto the Omni Knight. The Epicenter is being cancelled. If they can kill the Brewmaster before he gets that ulti up, it would be big, but they can't. Now the Guardian's Angel used, but the Gyro's not even got in yet. He hasn't even popped his BKB. Oh no, and they still lose the Sand King. It's not looking too great for Echo right now.
Yeah, this is... ouch. They did use the split though on the side of LGD, so that's a big cooldown used. Echo needs to try and punish this somehow, but I'm not sure. I don't think they can. This is my issue at the moment. There's so much that the PL needs to do this game. Like the Viper's great in lane, but he's really not scaling very well, and he's not very good against any of the core heroes on the side of LGD. So I don't know what the Viper's supposed to offer Echo at this point in the game, past the laning stage.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a snowball hero in that he needs to have a good start to the game, he needs to dominate his lane, and then be able to keep on dominating through the mid game, but we just haven't really seen that from the Viper. He's been more of this kind of core backbone to the team fight, throwing down the poisons and just doing some damage, but as I said, it's some damage, it's not a lot of damage. His disables are pretty much, well, not useless, but Nether Toxin isn't actually... It disables nothing this game, pretty much. I mean, I guess it's pretty good on the Brew, but...
It's not great, though, is it? And
no.
I think Echo have changed their game plan now. We talked about the boots of travel on the PL. Omni's got a Radiance queued up as well. You know, they know that they can't finish this game early anymore. So they've shifted what they want to do. They know that it's going to go late. So they need to try and give themselves the best chance of being able to fight this.
Leng just fighting up versus ANFY, doesn't even care.
TP.
Gonna try and TP away and will be successful in doing so. Alrighty.
Yeah, lack of lockdown on both teams, which is a massive issue in this game.
Yeah.
Especially against against heroes like the Brew as well. You can't really stop him from splitting. Oh, Brew has an arcane rune as well. This is... They want to fight.
He's itching to split, isn't he? He just wants to throw it out there and use that short cooldown on the arcane rune. He has got the bottle at least, so we'll be able to delay it for a little bit, but yeah, definitely wants to throw that one out.
Has a Vlad's on the Brew now coming out as well. He's massive. He's really big.
He is a really big teddy bear, isn't he? And he's above his mid laner, he's above the tiny.
Oh, he nearly has Greaves. This Io is doing pretty well.
Jesus.
We don't really think of Io as a farming hero as such. Like, he kind of falls off a little bit sometimes, unless you get involved in a lot of kills. But you know, LGD are controlling the game quite well at the moment, so he seems to be benefiting a lot from that.
This is a really tough game for Echo to win, and especially feel like, I mean, just looking at this net worth graph, like it is just a steady fall. Did have a bit of a comeback earlier on, but now, yeah, it's going back into LGD's favor, and just I feel like this is Echo's timing. You know, by this stage in the game, when they were drafting this, I imagine they probably would have wanted to have their Phantom Lancer with the full. Well, they've actually gone Sanjin Yasha. I was going to say Manta, but yeah, I guess the Sanjin Yasha does make sense.
Yeah, he needs to be able to fight, and the Sanjin Yasha gives him a better chance to do that.
EPICENTER, they're actually going to go onto Ame here, and with the damage, can he save him in time? They actually use him up in the air, and they do get that kill. That was a beautiful use. Absolutely beautiful.
And that ward really paid off on the side of Echo there. They saw the gyro running up the hill, and the Sanking was like, alright, like, I'm just going to go for this.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Wow, this is... I don't know, like the Viper's going for a BKB, but he's still so far off as well. They really need to try and push something while the Gyro and the Wisp are dead here. What can we...
Sorry about that, don't know if you heard any of that, but there was an ice cream down outside my house.
It's far
very loud. Oh, middle, top lane, sorry, here we go. With Burst Strike onto 2 to stick things up. The split comes out from the Brewmaster. What can he do with it? Well, he's doing the damage to Phantom Lancer, but Doodle will be able to doppelganger away from this. And it does look like it's just going to be a pretty calm ulti. Now, you did just see that Dispel Magic.
Does he want to go for this?
He throws himself up into the air and blinks away. Sorry, Burst Strikes away, but now the Tiny will be able to pick up the kill on the Sand King. Doodle, he's trying to do the damage to X-Nova with the Jakiro here as well. Can they do the damage? No, they cannot. Doodle gets taken out. In comes D-Stones. It does seem a little bit late, but Omnilite is here to back him up as well.
It's fine.
Can they get anything out of this fight? I'm really not sure they're going to be able to bring anybody down here. And there goes Jakiro, and it's just Leng and Viper left, and they're trying to fight through it all. But Chalice, he's being kept alive. That's why. And as long as it's Wisp alive, he's going to keep on saving people. And this is just a long, awkward fight for Echo, and yet another one's going to drop. Viper, Soul Survivor.
Do you remember the Gyro was dead for that fight?
Yeah.
They still lost 4 heroes. Like, the PL just sort of rushed in and just died straight away to the Tiny. Like,
it was a very awkward engagement. I don't really know.
I don't know. With the PL dying so quickly, they just don't have the physical damage to be able to take those fights.
Yeah, I was very, very surprised that the Omni Knight, Jakiro, and the Viper will decide to charge it after him and try and clean up after him. Yeah. But I think they maybe just overestimated the Viper's ability to lock people down and do damage, you know, because, I don't know, it was hard. It was an awkward one.
We talked about before how they couldn't kill the Gyro. They did kill him because he couldn't get the BKB off.
Yes.
So like, oh yes, we finally got the Gyro, and now the Gyro has Aegis, and they're like, alright, if we kill him before he gets BKB, that's great, and now we have to kill him again? Like
yes, let's say just picked up his butterfly, so, you know, BKB for the magic damage, missed chance for the physical damage. Ame is looking like a very scary old man in a flying machine right now. Yeah. And
I think this means they're going to threaten high ground here, I think, on the side of LGD. Even if they don't threaten, they can just shut Echo off the map and stop them from, you know, really firing up on any of their cores. Like, Sanking's doing the right thing of just trying to push other lanes out here, but he's sort of the only hero that can do that. Like, Jakiro can sort of, but he's not as mobile as Sanking, so it's a lot more risky for him.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if Jakiro goes and does that, he's just going to get relocated on every time. Yeah. Like, you can't relocate for the Sanking, especially with this blink heals, because he's just going to run away, and he's just going to pause up quickly, sort out some sort of issue they're having. So, this is a tricky uphill battle for Echo. They certainly weren't expecting things to go this way when they drafted it. Their Phantom Lancer does have a lot of farm, but he is also behind the lowest net worth core on the side of LGD, so things are pretty grim. Yeah. But we have seen Doodle do a lot with the farm he has, especially when he's playing Phantom Lancer. Previously we see him fall pretty low on net worth and still be able to do a lot in the fights, like turn it around, get some key kills. So I wouldn't count him out of this game yet. Especially Sanjin Yasha and Diffusal Blade are 2 really big items to have on a Phantom Lancer. Yeah. It is going to allow him to get a kill if he is given the space to do so. But With the AoE damage from the Tiny and the Gyrocopter, his illusions aren't going to stay long for very long. That means he's going to be exposed in these fights.
Yeah.
And they may well be able to take him down before he's able to do anything.
I don't know, the problem I see for Echo at the moment is that they need to kill something like the Gyro and burst them down. They need to control the Wisp as well, and I don't know how they do both things at once. In terms of shutting the Io down, if you get something like a dual breath on him maybe, that might help in terms of stopping the healing, which could be something. And they have like an urn on the tanking as well, which they could throw out. He's actually going for Vessel next. But when Io gets these Greaves, he's actually just picked them up off the curve, so he can take off these debuffs that can come out to stop the healing.
Yeah.
And then just carry on being this medic that we see so much of the time. This is a difficult space for Echo. I think they can hold their high ground. You know, they have this epicenter, they have the Jakiro ice path. You know, when you're coming up to these really enclosed spaces on the high ground, it can be to push in and get something like Jakiro Sanking.
Should the Sanking switch items now that they've seen this Greaves on the Io? Is it that useless? Well, not useless, but is it that, like, less valuable?
I think he still has to go for it, because it's still a good Vessel game.
Yeah.
But, you have to throw it out on something like the Io, and the problem is at the moment, they're not really getting any charges. But they're not really getting many kills at the moment, so...
Okay, well, Wisp has actually gone for the plus 90 Spirits hero damage, and has me to blink back, tether back, they can take down FY, this would be huge, but they can't quite get him in time, he gets to relocate out, this is a bad start to this fight, and Ame trying to make it worse, the GA is pretty big with the Crimson Guard as well, it's keeping the Viper alive, but the magic damage, it is enough to rip through him, especially with that bed lamp on top of it. Now they're looking for more, Ice Path thrown down, laying up onto the high ground.
Can they time this dispel?
Oh no, they put under you. Yes, they can. Perfectly done. And now they'll take down the only man from that. He does buy back reasonably, but this is a buybacked Viper, which is just melting to Ame here. Ame just BKB right in. Leng TP's in. The Sanking is down. He has buyback as well. How hard are they willing to go for these buybacks? Jakiro also going to drop. I mean, there's just too much damage. There's too much cat. There's too many cores on the side of LGD, and Doodle, he's just trying to fight up against the Tiny, but he's even losing that 1v1 as the rest of the heroes rotate in. Doodle's in a lot of trouble. He will have to just back out of this one, trying to dodge those flat cannon hits to keep himself alive, but the Viper, that's his dieback. Omni Knight, that's him down as well, or maybe not quite actually, as he pops the... no, he is down in the end.
This is the end, I think, unfortunately. They didn't even use the Aegis on the Gyro, that's the worst.
I mean, save and Hallelujah team fight. I mean, they're all pretty low on the side of LGD, but FY is always here, he's always waiting, and they just couldn't find the kill and start things off. And there we go, Doodle drops, Sanking drops, Jakiro drops, everybody's dead. Good game, well played is called. Echo tap out of, well, a pretty convincing game from LGD.
Voice line there from Exnova at the end, just what I was waiting for.